What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Killer Keemstar, and I'm here with...
Only Use Me, Blade.
This is the 100% audio podcast that you listen to while you game. And we are available on YouTube. We are available on Android. And we are available on iTunes. So you can watch this show, or listen to the show, rather, anywhere.
Anywhere, anytime, any place. In the bathroom, while you're masturbating. Anytime.
This episode...
I think our shows, you're able to whack off to the show, right?
Me?
I think I can, right?
I don't know. I don't.
Neither do I, but it's a good show. It's a good show, though. Just saying.
All right. This episode is brought to us by sponsors. We're going to talk about the first sponsor, and this guy is an FAG fan, and he's a big Keemstar fan, and his name is I'm 2 Cents, and he got that from $2.
Oh, okay.
And he changed his name to 2 Cents. And I was actually watching his video, and this is the dude that did like the reverse ninja thing.
All right, so people that don't know Call of Duty, actually most people know Call of Duty, I'm not even going to explain it, but there's ninja defusing, right? Well, he caught a dude trying to ninja defuse. So he went across the map, got the bomb, came back, saw the dude on the enemy team was still trying to ninja defuse, went and planted, and then reverse ninja defused him. It was crazy. I haven't really seen anything like that.
It was pretty fucking cool. So shout out to you. I'm 2 Cents. Check his stuff out. He's got a lot of troll type stuff up there. Then there's this other guy. His name is JT Dragon Lord. And what this dude does is he does pretty much Minnesota Burns type videos, but better.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's the exact same style, but better.
I'm not agreeing with that to talk bad about Minnesota Burns. It's just he's taking a formula that works and does trolling videos.
Plays
like that.
a lot of the Troll song behind the music. So if you're into that type of stuff, go check him out. And then our last guy is
Joker Bamf.
But it's JOKRBAMF.
Now, the video that I liked on his channel, because every time people get sponsored by us, what we do is we actually go to their channel, watch several of their videos, and give you guys a reason to go over there.
Right.
It's not just like, go check out the channel, it's that. Like, we actually give you a reason.
This guy paid us, so check him out. Blah, blah, blah. No, we actually... It's more of a review, right?
Yeah, I don't want to say review because it's never really negative. And just to let you guys know, there are some times when people send us channels that they want to be sponsored by us. We check out their channel, and we don't feel comfortable sending you, the viewer, over there.
Yeah, this one time, this dude paid $50, and he was like, "Look," because that's all we charge. I don't know if you knew that, but anyhow, it's cheap. And he's like, "Look, I want you guys to shout us out." This dude did not talk. He was recording his gameplay and uploading it. It was just straight gameplay. And it was just all different types of games. And I was like, what am I going to say? Hey, if you
What about the dude that had one video that was 4 months old and said, guys, I'm going to get this PVR, I'm going to start recording, stay tuned. It's like,
yeah.
You did an intro 4 months ago and nothing else. So, like, we review, we look and see, and we actually give you guys a reason. This guy right here, the Joker Bamf, I like this Murica video.
Okay, I didn't really have time to do the research, but basically this dude is playing a game that I'm not familiar with. It's like dragons and warriors and spells, and I don't know what it is that he's playing. But anyhow, he's got this video on his channel called America, and he created his character to look like patriotic, red, white, and blue, got a shield and everything. Yeah. And he's got the America song in the background, like, America, fuck yeah! And he's like going around putting spells on people. It's pretty funny. So I want you to check out all three of our sponsors. They're in the description below. And you ready to start the show?
I have never been more ready in my life.
I'm in that flow.
Bam.
Hit the music.
You are now watching another BadKidCast with Killer Keemstar and Only Use Me Blade.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the podcast. He's like, I can't wait to be doing the podcast, and I hit record at the same time.
Well, no, what's kind of going on is it's been super ballsy, camel ass hot lately, and we got some rain, and we got some thunderstorm and some lightning.
You know how when it gets super hot, and then like a fucking storm comes in or whatever, it like creates lightning, right? Yeah. And the lightning that's outside right now is insane.
Yeah, and I'm actually excited to do the podcast. For the
Are you super excited?
I'm super excited. I'm actually excited to do the podcast because you are going to hear some thunder and some lightning, and it's going to scare you, and you're going to shart a little bit.
I don't know if they'll hear it. I don't know if they'll pick up on the mic. I don't know. They might.
It's loud. It is loud.
Like outside, I'm looking outside. It looks like a strobe light outside right now. It's insane, the storm that's coming through here. We ended up going to the store. We were like, you know what? Let's get some coffees, some blunts. Let's go get some coffee. Let's go to the 7-Eleven. And we decided to go out in the rain. And Blade was going to drive, but his car is parked out on the street. So I was like, you know what? It's pouring out. Pouring, insanely pouring.
And I'm wearing the fresh Nikes, like the super fresh Nikes.
So I was like, you know what? Let's take my Hummer, and because it's closer, it's in the driveway. We literally ran, how far? Maybe 15 feet?
At the most, like 12.
Drenched by the time we got in the car, all right? And they're doing construction on my road, so it's all like dirt now, right? They tore up the road. They're redoing the whole thing.
Like Ellen's vagina in a woman's prison. Soaking.
It was insane. And basically, Blade made a point. He was like, this is like Jurassic Park, because first of all, we're in a Hummer, so we're in the Jeep type vehicle.
Yeah.
It's downpouring, and we're on a dirt road, and my Hummer's like hitting the potholes, like bouncing and shit. And it was like, this is like Jurassic Park, and it was so perfect because I instantly felt like I was there for a minute.
So I'd say once every 15 minutes, the power's been going out.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a cool little exciting moment.
The cool thing about this is this has battery backup.
So I don't want the power to go out, but I want the power to go out during the podcast just so we'd be like, whoa, like honest reaction. You know what? When the power went out, I was like, I thought that you were just forgetful and forgot to pay the power bill.
What?
Like, honestly, like my power went out about a month and a half ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
And it wasn't because there were storms. There wasn't any weather problems, anything like that. It was just like I literally had forgotten to pay the power bill.
That's insane.
That happens.
Yo, you got yelled at again for not talking into the mic, but I see this episode, you're up there.
No, I didn't get yelled at. Someone, don't turn this on me. Someone said I can actually hear Blade this time.
No.
Yes.
They said I cannot hear Blade. Anyhow, so you watch V for Vendetta. What the hell's the deal?
This is not going to make sense. I did not enjoy it, but I will agree that it's a good movie.
Explain.
Okay, so the same way that I might be able to look at a girl that I can agree is a beautiful woman, I might not consider her attractive to me. Okay? I didn't really dig the movie. Part of it was that there was so much build up for it. Like everyone had been saying it's so awesome. Once the movie was over, I had a respect level for the movie where I was like, okay, that's a good quality film. I wish more films made it so that it was that good, blah, 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 blah. But I just didn't enjoy it.
What? It's like the greatest film ever.
It's not the greatest film ever. It's a good quality movie.
You don't have any bit of rebel within you?
No, of course I do.
Okay, well it's a rebel story. It's like a fucking against the fucking government, against the odds. It's the little guy versus the big guy. It's against big government. It's against control. It's against tyranny. It's an amazing movie that turns activism into superpowers.
Here's the thing. I like characters in movies, okay? None of the characters, as stuff was happening to the characters, I didn't feel that I gave a shit. When my favorite part of the movie is when Natalie Portman goes to jail or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And they're shaving her head off, and she's hiccuping and crying at the same time, and I played that 3 times over. I just cry, when she's crying, it was funny to me. I didn't care about the characters. I didn't care. I understood the story, and I understood the second level of the movie. I get that, and I respect that. I just didn't enjoy it.
This is why you didn't enjoy it.
Okay.
You went into this fuck, I have to watch this.
Yeah,
I'm being forced watching this. I'm going to hate it no matter what. And even though it was a good movie, you wouldn't let your brain appreciate what was happening.
No, I appreciate that it was a good quality movie. I just didn't care for it.
Dude, I've been lost for the last couple days.
Where you been lost at?
I've been playing Rust. Rust. Want me to explain this to you?
Yes. Well, you were going to show me some kind of video.
Well, I want to show you this video right now. I actually got caught cheating. I was cheating.
Booster, cheater, unsubbed, what a...
We'll be right back after this. All right, so we are back. All right, so I want to tell you about Rust, right? So I'm making this Bad Trip game, and I had an idea to mix Minecraft and DayZ together and make a game. Like, take both elements of that, all right? Well, they already did this. Well, they didn't do it before me. They actually did it after I started Bad Trip, but the guy who made Gary's Mod is making this game, so they have a lot more resources, a lot more developers, and they're way ahead of the game than me. And I started playing it, and it turns out that I am on to something huge, because this game is amazing, all right?
Okay.
Their game is amazing. My game eventually is going to be amazing, but we're just a little bit farther behind. So imagine, I'm going to talk about Call of Duty, so it's a good reference point, all right? Imagine if you were to start off on a map, right? And there are rocks on a map, a Call of Duty map. Go ahead and pick one in Black Ops 2.
Rocks in Black Ops 2.
No, let's just pick a map.
Cove.
All right, so on the Cove, imagine on Cove there's a bunch of little rocks, right? And all you have is a hatchet. Everybody starts off with a hatchet, right?
Okay.
You go and you're fucking hitting the rocks. It takes you a little while, and then once you get the rocks, then you have fucking, like, rocks, like fucking resources or whatever. Then what you want to do is you want to hack down all the trees on Cove, get yourself some wood. You take the wood, and then you start fucking making yourself wooden planks. Then you start making a fucking house so you're protected and no one else can fuck with you. Then you make a campfire inside. You start putting those metal rocks that you've got together. You start melting them together, and you start making guns and ammo. And then you go out and fuck someone up.
Okay.
Now, in Call of Duty, you kill somebody, right? You respawn instantly.
Yeah.
All right? When you kill somebody in this game, Rust, like, you just fucking took away an hour of that dude's life.
That's fucked up.
Because he spent an hour getting up to the level that he's at, right? And these people build houses. They have wooden doors, metal doors, all this stuff that you can build. It takes a lot of resources to get a metal door, but a little resources to get a fucking wooden door. You can actually go up to someone's house and sit there and hack it. It's going to take you like a good 2 minutes. But
Yeah.
you can hack down their house, and they have these storage stuff with all their stuff in there and steal all their shit.
Okay.
So these people are trying to be like legit and trying to get resources to make metal doors to keep their stuff protected, all the stuff that they're gathering.
Yeah.
There's fucking zombies in this thing. There's all these different elements that are involved in it. And it is a time-consuming game that you're going to be like, look, this is not worth it looking from the outside in. But when you play it,
It's going to be worth it.
oh my God, it's so addicting because, dude, when you die, it's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah.
If you lose your M4, which is like one of the best weapons, like if someone
It's
kills you,
devastating.
it's devastating.
Yeah.
But if you kill somebody and get their shit, it actually means something. It's not like getting that instant kill, like where it doesn't mean anything.
That fast-paced Call of Duty.
Murking people in Rust is like the biggest fucking high ever because you know the amount of work that went in to that person building up his Call of Duty type character and
Yeah.
getting his supplies and getting up his, all this. It's fucking, I love this game.
Okay.
So the only way you can get this game is by having codes for it.
Okay.
All right? And the developer passed out some codes. I ended up getting some codes. And, hooked up, did a couple giveaways, gave it to some fans and stuff like that. And Dylan has a code. And this, hacker friend is one of my friends, and he has a code too.
Okay.
So we're just playing around. And now listen, imagine this giant open world, right? But you can't see anyone's usernames unless you're, within 10 feet of them.
Okay.
All right? And you're working on this fucking thing as a group, because if you don't work as a group, you're getting fucked up. You have to fucking form a gang in this game in order to survive, right?
All right.
We've got this gang formed. We're all on a Skype call, but we can't see who's who. So you see a guy in the corner, and we have to do this thing called the jump check. You're like, jump check, and everyone's got to jump, so you know if that's your
people with
buddy
you. Okay.
or not, right?
I hate to ruin your flow, but couldn't an infiltrator or whatever, couldn't they just jump whenever you guys jump?
Yeah, but they
Don't even know.
they would have to see that. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So anyhow, this is the system that we have. The hacker friend's like, look, I got an idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a program that runs with this, and we can see usernames from far away.
Okay.
And I'm like, you can't do that, testing his ability.
Yeah.
He gets this shit done in 10 minutes, right? So now we're cheating. Now we can see all the usernames, not on all of them on the board, but those that are in your area. All
Okay.
right? So now there's no mistakes. We start beasting, right? We got Kevlar ammo. We have, like, metal doors. We've built explosives to fucking knock down other people's metal doors to break into their house and take their stuff. We're starting to run shit, right? We want to get stuff faster. So this dude's like, I got an idea. Why don't I fucking make it so we can, like, speed? Like, because you run at normal speed. This dude, if you get in a battle, right, imagine if you could run away real fast or run over to resources, get them, and dip. Yeah. So he creates this fucking thing. So now we're whipping around the map. We're fucking flying around the map, right? And we end up, all the people that see us, right, they start flipping the fuck out. This dude ends up recording me on Twitch. His name's OMG Saint, right, on Twitch. This motherfucker ends up fucking... This dude ends up fucking recording me. And he's so excited, like he caught a terrorist. He's like ridiculously, he's 10 times T. Martin excited. He's like, yes, I caught him. I caught him. Because what we were trying to do is this house did not have a roof.
Yeah.
And with the speed hack, we were like ramping off of a mountain, trying to fly into this house to get his supplies, right? Just for the fun of it. It was like a little mini game that we made for ourselves.
Yeah.
This dude's at the bottom, Saint, trying to catch us. He ends up getting my gamer tag because I just got just close to him.
Yeah.
He records me and he sends it in and gets me banned.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really feel bad for you. And the reason why is because here's the thing. So, like, there are times when boosting and cheating are okay. But what you guys were doing...
I just got caught up in it.
But you had an unfair advantage.
Oh,
over,
yeah.
over a player that was like trying to play normal.
Oh, yeah.
That's the time when I don't like approve if anybody cares what my opinion on the thing.
Here's the thing. I'm not a hacker. I've never hacked anything. But you know what I mean? If you don't try it once, then, you know, you're kind of a loser. You've never had any cheats?
I've boosted before. But here's the thing.
Yeah, but I know you boosted because you had to.
Yeah.
Basically, you had to get a fucking certain camo.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about, right, is I'm talking about, like, a PC game or something like that, a multiplayer game, where you actually have some type of modded thing.
Not really, no. I don't get a game and try to break it. I get a game and try to play it. You know what I mean? And I think these hackers, like, love to get something and, like, break it.
Well, the thing is, like, every game like this, you're going to get banned. Right? You can't just, like, hack and cheat without getting banned. Like, there's consequences to it. So it's almost like you make a deal. Like, all right, I'm going to have fun and be a superhero in this game and have powers that no one else has.
But you know you're going to get banned.
But I'm eventually going to get banned.
But you got to see that it's got to be super annoying to the people that are trying to play it legit, though.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's why a lot of people hate hackers. But I got to tell you, man, it was so fun. It is the most amazing thing in the world to have these special powers.
I mean, in Modern Warfare 2, if you used one-man army noob tubes, it was kind of like cheating because it was so overpowered. Like, basically, there's nothing that could fuck with it.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
All right. Imagine if you had a cheat, right? You had a cheat where you threw a tomahawk, right? And it would, like, act like a fucking hunter and just, like, nail people in the head. Like, you threw it up and you had a limited amounts, right? You killed the whole team. All right. Imagine if you had that ability, right? Mm-hmm. You wouldn't make videos doing that, but for like a good hour, you would have so much fun.
No, I wouldn't have fun with that.
It would be so fun.
It wouldn't
just
be. No, because the thing is like, okay, if you throw a random tomahawk, the joy of it hitting is that it was random and someone's got to be so pissed because it doesn't happen. But like what you're talking about, like some kind of hack that like I have endless tomahawks and I can throw them from spawn and it will get people. I might get some reactions or what. I might like it for the reactions.
That's what I'm saying.
But
people get so angry.
Yeah, I would be fucking furious if someone had that against me.
Now listen, I don't hack and I don't use cheats or any of this shit but honestly, when we were doing that in Rust, it was the greatest high ever. It was so much fun. I loved it. It was so much fun. My fun level went through the fucking roof on the game.
If you go into a Call of Duty game and just generally beast on people, that to me that's fun. But doing it basically cheating or doing what you're not supposed to be doing in the game.
I'm saying like just for a couple games. For your own entertainment.
I think that for our own entertainment it would probably last a game or two and then I'm like, okay, let's go back to playing normal.
I know it's not a popular thing to say, but I'm telling you, dude, that was so much fun. Like I'm not I don't, and so this is what we did. We got banned. We ended up getting banned because these dudes are recording us and putting us everywhere. Like, this dude's cheating, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of feel like an outlaw. You know what I mean? Like you're on the run and you're being chased. I'm serious. I'm serious.
In case you guys didn't hear that, I rolled my eyes so hard it came right there.
You do. You feel like you're an outlaw, and you feel like the cops are after you, which are the mods, and eventually you're gonna get caught, whatever. And we only did this for like a day before we got caught, obviously.
Yeah.
And we got all our accounts banned. And the only way to get this game is with a key. Well, luckily I have resources, so I got...
You got banned in a game that's not even released.
Yes.
You got kicked out of a concert and the band's not even playing yet. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So anyhow, I ended up getting another key and we're back on it, and we're not cheating anymore, obviously. But it was fun. It was really fun. It was fun to be I think that's what these hacks in games are. Is people want to be superheroes with superhero power.
I don't see. Okay, I can kind of see the allure of it, but like maybe for one game. Like it gets stupid at some point because you're.
It would be so stupid with the aimbot scenario. But
yeah,
I'm trying to think of something that. Okay, imagine if you had a speed hack. Right, like what we had in Rust.
Yeah.
Imagine if you could run around twice as fast as you possibly could, and you were just running around and slicing people.
That'd be fun as
That
fuck.
would be fun.
That'd be fun. Okay, I take it back. If there was some hack in Call of Duty that I can go on there and I could run twice or 3 times my speed infinitely, and I could just zip around the map, that would be fucking fun.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's
you had me at that.
I understand if you're in a game and someone's cheating to be like, this dude's a fucking scumbag.
Yeah.
I get that. But if you are that dude, you feel like God.
Well,
It's
of course,
so much
of course.
fun.
Whenever you play fucking first-person shooters or any kind of game against people, you're very hypocritical. It's cool when you do it, shitty when it happens to you. I get it.
Yeah.
I use the analogy of anus fucking. Okay?
What?
Okay, so like, let's say you were the king of like ass fucking, right?
Yeah.
You were the king of it. Like that's what you're known for. That's what your credit is. It's on your resume. That's your thing. You may be really good at it. You may love doing it. But if someone was like, "Hey, so now we're gonna fuck you in the ass," you'd be like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" But that's hypocritical, right? When you say that's kind of hypocritical, that's the definition of hypocrisy, right?
Dude, what the fuck is up with your analogies?
What are you talking about? That's a perfect analogy. Okay, a little bit more tame, okay? Blowjobs. Do you like getting blowjobs?
Yes.
Okay, so obviously, but I'm going to answer this for you because I already know the answer, but you're never going to give one, right?
No.
But you like getting them, so I totally get the point.
All right,
We're all hypocrites in a way. We like conquering. We don't like being conquered. I get it. Let's go to Detroit.
For what?
Do you know what's going on in Detroit right now?
They went bankrupt.
Dude, there's like...
No cops.
There's no cops. There's nothing going on in Detroit. There's like shit going on in Detroit, but there's like anarchy.
I'm telling you, the purge is real in Detroit. Fisticuffs, listen, if you need a lifeboat or something, let us know. We'll come get you, Fisticuffs, because I'm telling you...
will come get you.
Because I'm telling you, bro, your house is about to get burned down and you're about to get stormed by criminals. That knowing Fisticuffs, he's probably got shit on lock. He's probably fucking running some gang out there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though, man. Like the shit I've been seeing is crazy. It's pretty much anarchy. Is what it is. If you don't have government over you, I understand like government isn't always the best thing, but like if it's the way that it's being presented to me, they're pretty much just like giving up on Detroit.
Literally, yeah, that's basically what happened. The city went bankrupt. Look, if you committed a crime in Detroit, you're getting away with it unless there's another citizen gets involved.
Yeah.
Like, you could probably go up and murk somebody right now. You ain't getting caught.
That's so crazy that the last 2 episodes we've talked about how to get away with murder. What are we plotting?
I have no idea. Our subconscious is saying something is in the future.
And I don't have anybody that's bothering me.
No, I would never kill anyone. I might beat the fuck out of a couple people. There's a couple people that want to...
swift talking to.
There's some people that definitely are going to get smacked when I see them.
There you go. But like we're not like I don't plan to murder anybody. But Detroit, it's anarchy. Like when I watched V for Vendetta, I thought of what Detroit is kind of becoming.
Yeah. Detroit is done. It is done. See, in Buffalo, we had the same situation. Detroit and Buffalo had all the industry with like making metal and a lot of industry, right? Like a lot of fucking iron, whatever it's called. And basically what happened is in the 70s, that stuff got outsourced and it started disappearing until present day where it's no longer there. And what the fuck is going on? Well, a minute, we'll be right back. All right, we're back. So basically what was happening is we're down in the basement and my girlfriend and my daughter were like jumping up and down in the living room, and they jumped so hard that the light like went off. So it was a little like, what the fuck? I forgot what I was talking about. But there was all this industry in Buffalo and stuff, and it all disappeared. And what Buffalonians did is they basically got into the communications thing. Like they all your if you're like calling somebody, like your bank or whatever, and you're like talking to a call center, it's all here in Buffalo. And the reason why is because we talk like people in the movies. You know what I mean? We have the people in this area don't have any accent.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I mean? We don't sound like we're from New York. We don't sound like we're from the South. We don't sound like anything. We're the, I don't know how to explain it, the non-accent.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's no accent here whatsoever, you know?
I've often wondered that. Like when people from like Britain hear us, they say we have an American accent, but to me, I don't hear any kind of accent at all. It's just.
Yeah, but if you listen to someone in the South, you listen to someone from New York or Boston or Chicago.
Boston's a heavy accent.
Like every place you could go except for maybe California. Guys, we're doing a podcast. Stop. All right, and
awkward.
Putting the family in check. They're like screaming and everything upstairs. All right.
Why are kids always so happy?
Because they don't know that life is shitty yet.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
That's kind of true. That's fucked up.
Think about it. True. When you're a kid, right? Somebody feeds you. Somebody changes your fucking diaper when you poop. Mm-hmm. All right. Someone puts a house over you. You don't have to do anything but play. All right.
That's true.
And everything is new. New experiences, learning, which is amazing when you know nothing. All right. Then you start getting older, right? You've already experienced everything. You've already like learned everything. So life gets a little boring. But on top of that, you have to, go and like take care of yourself. You got to work. Yeah. You got to pay bills. You know what I mean? So that's why life is awesome when you're a kid, and you can't wait to get old. And then when you get old, you realize when I was a kid, it was bliss.
Yeah, that is true.
So.
Oh no, I just like when I come over here, like often we hang out or whatever, and Mia's like running around. I'm like, fuck, she looks happy all the time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Happy kid. That's good. You know what I mean? That's why I don't understand emo kids. What are you so emo about? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's because their parents don't love them.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Parents don't. See, there's this thing where like, all right, have you ever had a friend whose parents didn't give a shit and they were allowed to do whatever they want?
They were miserable.
They were miserable. And it doesn't make sense, because when you're a kid, you're like, I hate my parents. They're making me come home at midnight. What the fuck? I should be able to do what I want. I'm like 16, you know?
Yeah.
The thing is you will be miserable if there isn't rules, because rules are a description that your parents love you.
Yep.
And you don't feel that. It's not like in the literal sense that you understand it, but subconsciously you get it. Right? Your parents care about you. They don't want bad things to happen to you. And that's why there's so many rules.
Exactly.
All right? When there is no rules and the parents are like, you could do whatever you want, you end up turning into this like weird fucking person that's just out there like trying to get attention and trying to like strive for, I have the best of both worlds. All right? I had a bunch of rules.
Yeah.
I was raised, I hated growing up because my parents were really strict, but those rules have helped me out today, and I have a good work ethic.
Yeah. Well, when I remember when I was like 16, right, 15 and a half, I remember like I lived in a really rich area, very rich area. Right?
Okay.
My parents were wealthy. All my friends' parents were wealthy. Vice versa, everything was going on, right? So all of them, they were all getting cars. And I'm talking like when they were ready to get a car, they went to the new car lot.
Yeah, and just got a brand new car.
And got a brand new car.
Yeah.
So like as this is happening, and my folks could afford it, you know what I mean? As this is happening, I'm like, all right, so let's go and let's you know what can we look at? Like what brand of car do you think we should look at? You know what I mean?
Right.
And they're like, we're not buying you a car. You're crazy. And I'm like, well, wait, but Graham's getting a car. Brandon's getting a car. What the fuck? Why am I not getting a car? And they're like, well, if we gave you a car you wouldn't appreciate, you'd probably just crash it. So you better work your ass off, save your money, and we'll help with insurance or whatever, but you need to buy your first car. And I was like, I don't fucking understand this. I don't get that. I didn't understand at the time. Now, later on in life, I am appreciative of that fact.
You know what my parents said to me?
What?
My parents were like, anytime I wanted anything, they were like, no, we don't have the money to do it. We don't have the money to do it. So I grew up thinking I was poor. Mm-hmm. I really believed that I was poor. Come to find out, my father's rich as shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, once I started figuring out how much stuff costs, because my dad owns a farm, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, everything is like, oh, that's too much money. Oh, no, we can't do that. Come to find out, like, these tractors are like a couple $100,000. You know what I mean? Like, all this stuff is worth so much money. And there's all these, like, stocks and bonds and all this shit, like, fucking ridiculous amounts of money that my dad has. And I didn't understand that until I was an adult. And then I realized it was a good lesson, like, don't be foolish with your money.
This may sound like an internet meme or whatever it's called, or meme, but the rich people act as if they have no money, and poor people act as if they have money.
Yeah.
Which is so true. Like when you like you know when you go out and you see people acting as if they're flaunting money, you know what I mean? Like go out to bars or clubs and they act like they're just big shots.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're throwing up their rent money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I think that people that are really, really wealthy literally act as if they're not wealthy. Yeah. Because if they acted like they were wealthy, they wouldn't have the wealth.
A lot of times Keemstar like flaunts money because I know it makes people so mad. Mm-hmm. But Dan Keem is like, I don't really want to waste that money.
Frugal. Frugal.
I'm frugal as fuck.
Frugal as fuck. And that's not a bad thing, but, you know.
I mean, I did do some crazy shit. Like, I got a Segway, $7,000 Segway.
That is true.
But, you know.
You gotta do. You know what's funny? When I'm on the Segway, like when you let me use the Segway, we like go to the park or whatever. And I'm like zipping past people. I try to do it with the straightest of face and acting like this isn't a weird thing or odd.
Yeah.
I'm just like zipping past people. Oh my god! And this when last time we went to the park, right?
Yeah.
There was this little girl, and she was like, "Oh, can I ride with you?" And the mom was like, "No, you don't do that to strangers," and looked at me like I was a fucking pedophile. I'm like, I'm just on a fucking Segway here. Like, I'm not. I didn't ask your kid to do that. I almost got caught up. You know, there's this on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
This girl said something to me on Twitter, and I looked at her. I'm like, damn, she's fucking beautiful.
Right.
So I respond. I'm like,
oh, I hate that. She's like 16 or some shit.
yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
So I'm like, prank caller, wrong number. You didn't find me here. You know what I mean? Like,
I always sexually harass every woman that I'm in contact with on the internet. Always.
Okay.
I'm just like, nice ass, nice tits. Hey, slut, let's fuck. Like, I just always do that. That's the way I've always been, right?
yeah.
And a couple times, I've said some comments, and, like, the bitch is, like, 17 or 16. It's like, you don't know.
But you know, the worst part about it is after...
And then I'm like, I'm sorry. When you turn 18, I'll sexually harass you again.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, but then like a couple days later, she hit me up. She's like, "You want to keek or KIK?" I'm like, "No." Like I made a public record. Like, "No, I do not want to. No, bye. Leave me alone." Like I do not want to get caught.
I have a friend. Oh my god, I forgot about him. Oh my god, I got to take care of this. I have a friend in the UK, and his name's Stinson Hunter. And you got to listen to what this dude does. I've been trying to get him a show, and I completely forgot about the dude. But anyhow, I got so caught up in Rust. I'm trying to help him out. Him and his friends go online. They go into chat rooms, right? And they tell dudes that they're like 13-year-old girls. All right? They have them meet at a fucking hotel, tell them to bring beer, weed, all this shit, right? Then when they get there, they put cameras on them and record them and be like, "Hey, pedophile, what's up?" And they take his weed and his beer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Let's do
They
that.
film it. It's called Nonce Hutter or something. I don't know. But it's amazing. It's the most amazing shit. And he was putting them on YouTube, and they ended up getting, like, banned because the people are finding him and trying to get him off, right? Now he's working with the police. He's working with the police, and he's having these people get arrested. One pedo that they caught, got in his car, and they stood in front of his car so he couldn't get away, waiting for the cops. And the fucking pedo ran him over with a car.
Holy shit.
And all this stuff's on film. It's amazing.
Why can't we do that?
We could do that, but it's dangerous as fuck.
What's a fucking pedophile going to do to me?
Let me explain to you the difference, all right? In the UK, when that dude comes, right, when the pedo comes, there's like 5 young guys there with cameras, right? All he can do is pull out a knife. In America, they can pull out guns. There's no guns in the UK. Nobody can have guns. The only thing that dude can do is pull out a fucking knife and try to cut him, right? In America, the fucking pedo might have a fucking gun. Like, someone's getting shot.
What pedo is packing to a possible hookup?
Because they don't know. They don't know if it's a setup. They don't know what's going on. They could be trying to rape the kid or, kidnap the kid. It's dangerous. It's dangerous as fuck. I personally would never do it.
I have a very, very strong distaste for fucking pedophiles. I think they're the scum of the earth. So I would love to do that just to...
I personally wouldn't do it, but I would support the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
I'll do it one time, but the thing is eventually your luck's going to end, and this dude is coming with a gun to kidnap a kid, and when he gets caught, he's going to turn that shit on you and pop you to get the fuck out of there. Because that's ending someone's life, dude. Which is not a bad thing. Which is not a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
Let's say there's a pedo and he's a pastor, right? Mm-hmm. His life is ruined. He might as well commit suicide. I know, we're recording him. He's caught being a fucking pedo.
Yeah.
If this dude has a gun on him, before he kills himself, he's probably going to take a pop at the guys that ruined his life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just the way I'm thinking. I don't know. I don't know.
Fucking crazy.
So another thing I want to talk about is this world.
What world? This one?
This world that we live in.
Okay.
It's coming to an end.
When?
Soon. Things are going to happen that is scary as fuck. Now, you know how there's this debate with global warming?
Yeah.
All right. Half the people think global warming is real. And the other half of the people have been watching Fox News, and they think that it's a hoax.
Well, I know it's real because it's been hot as fuck lately.
So, this is what they did, right? They went out and grabbed ice core samples, right? And they went through the samples of the ice core. And basically, to explain what an ice core is, right, is they find these glaciers that have been frozen for thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah.
And what they do is they drill down this core, right? And they take a big fucking long tube of ice out of this thing, like a mile down.
Okay.
All right? And they can read this fucker like a tree, almost like tree lines, you know, when you cut a tree to see how old it is or whatever.
Yeah.
And they can see the bubbles that are in there that are trapped in the ice. That's air that's been frozen and trapped in there from thousands of years. So what they do is they penetrate that, take the air out, and they can test the levels and see how much CO2 has been in the air at that time, like 1,000 years ago, 20,000 years ago, 50,000, whatever. All right. So based on that, they have proven that every time that the CO2 gets immense in our atmosphere, that the heat goes up. All right? They've proven that. What they have done is they took samples of today's air, and it is like something like 3 or 4 times higher than it ever has been throughout the history.
Okay.
All right? And every single time that the CO2 gets up, the planet heat goes up. All right? And now we're 4 times higher than the highest there ever has been.
Okay.
All right? So, what this guy did, right, is he made this documentary called Tracing Ice. From 2009 to present day, for like 3 years or whatever, they went out and put cameras to record these glaciers. All right? A glacier that melted like 3 miles, and it took, I probably have these figures wrong, but this is about right. It melted like 3 miles up the glacier, right? Gone. And it took 100 years to do so, all right? The same amount, 3 miles, has also disappeared. So now there's 6 miles of this thing disappeared, and it happened in the last 3 years. So that's how fast the glaciers are melting. And they showed like a 3-year time, like, because they've taken pictures every day and put them all together. They show glaciers just disappearing in 3 years. Like the fucking Glaciers are melting so fast right now. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Like, our world is about to fucking seriously change immensely.
In the whole scope of things, how many years are you talking about here?
I'm talking about in, like, 10 years, it's going to be, like, over 100 degrees all summer long here.
Fuck that.
Like, it's going to get miserable. Animals are going to die. The world is in trouble right now. It's in serious trouble. Like, all these flooding and all this crazy weather that's been happening, it's only happening because there's more water in the fucking system. And, like, in Arizona and New Mexico, all right, it's gotten so hot with all the forest fires, they've lost 40% of their fucking trees in the last 10 years.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
40% of their trees. I don't think us normal people, scientists know this, right? And scientists are freaked the fuck out. But us normal people cannot grasp how fast this globe is changing and how fucking scary it is.
Do you think that we might be coming into a situation with science that we're able to make people live, like, let's get past the whole thing of, like, you know, us, you know, scientists and medicine becoming like a pharmaceutical and like a drug, where we basically need to get you onto drugs in like the drug industry. Let's say it gets to the point where we can actually make it so that humans could live for fucking 150 years. You're basically saying that we're not even going to have an Earth to live on if we make that happen.
No, it's not just that. Think about it. The air quality is for humans because we need oxygen, right?
Yeah.
The air quality has decreased 4 times in the last, like, 3 years, or in the last, like, 10 years or something like that.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? The air, when we were kids, was so much better to breathe than there is right now.
That's nuts.
You know what I'm saying? The air, the fucking air, outside, everywhere. There's less oxygen. And what's happening is because it's getting so hot with these wildfires and everything, we're losing trees, and trees produce oxygen, right?
Yeah.
So there's less and less oxygen, and they're cutting down the rainforest, they're doing all this stuff. And we hear this shit, because I've heard this shit before, what I'm saying right now, and we just, oh, I've heard that before, yeah, I'm sure that's happened. We don't care.
It's not that we don't care, it's just that I think humans are naturally passive. I don't want to hear this shit right now. As soon as you start talking about this, I wanted to interrupt and be like, can we talk about something else? Can we talk about something funny? Can we talk about fucking tits? Can we talk about...
I want to quit doing YouTube, and I want to try to save the rainforest after watching this documentary. I think you should watch it. Like, it is... Look, everybody picked on Al Gore, right? Al Gore made the video. You seen the movie?
Yeah. No, I know what movie you're talking about, though. But... what I'm saying, though, is that why do you think entertainment is such a big thing? Quick question. Why do you think entertainment as a whole, why do you think so many people spend a lot of their income going to comedy clubs?
Because they want to leave the life that they're living.
Exactly.
And they want to go into a dream state.
They want to go into a dream state where they're happy.
Yeah.
Because if you were to weigh yourself down and worry about this shit, which is, honest to God, it's something to worry about. What you're saying is honestly, people should pay attention to it. But, like... my mentality is to be like, I don't even want to fucking think about that shit. That shit's fucked up.
Well, here's the thing. Here's why I have to. I have a kid, and my kid is going to grow up and have a kid, and my seed is going to continue to grow. So eventually, my DNA is going to die because of what these other humans have done to the world. And it's all here. We have the technology. We have fucking, like, we can make everything solar power. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't need to do what we're doing right now. And I'm scared. I'm fucking scared to watch from 2009 to like 2011 or 2012, whenever this was fucking recorded, right? To watch a glacier lose miles of it and melt. And knowing that like in 1958, it's just insane. It's insane. I can't, I'm losing my mind here. I need to do something because, honest to God, our Earth is about to fucking change immensely, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to survive. The greatest thing about the human being is that we can adapt to any situation. All right, unlike other animals, right? Other animals, they can adapt and they can get these like.
But you know what though? I'm gonna disagree with you. I do know that we can adapt, but there's been situations like the Great Depression. There's been situations like the Black Plague, which don't it only took out one of our legs, but it was crippling to us. The Great Depression almost killed our country.
Yeah.
Okay? Just because the stock market's crashed. Okay? So I agree with you that we can adapt, but at the same time, I don't think we're that great with dealing with fucking, like, tragedies or things like that. If the government fucking went away tomorrow, if anarchy fucking broke out, I think half of us would be gone.
Half of us would be gone, yeah. But the other half would survive, because you want to know why? Humans have ability to adapt more than any other species, and I can prove this, all right?
Okay, go ahead.
It's too hot outside.
Yeah.
We have air conditioning. Who can do that?
People that can afford air conditioning? But what about people that can't afford air
What I'm
conditioning?
saying is we can adapt to any situation because we can build our own environments.
I will give you that.
If you had the ability to build your own environment because you didn't like the environment outside, you have the most amazing power to adapt to situations.
Let's just move to the moon. All that real estate on the moon, let's go.
You can't. You need an atmosphere. It's insanely, immensely. You know what? I want to show you a video. I'm gonna pause this. I'm not gonna show you the whole documentary. I just want to show you one thing. All right.
And I'm gonna show you a funny thing just to lighten the mood.
Okay. All right, so we're back. All right, so I got the video up that's on YouTube, available on YouTube. So, and it was the biggest calving event ever, and a big part of the glacier broke off. And I actually have the stats here because my stats were wrong that I said before. All right, so from 1902 till 2001, all right, this glacier melted 100 miles. All right, and it took 100 years to do so. All right, it melted another 100 miles from 2001 to 2010.
That's crazy.
So it took 100 years to do 100 miles, and now in the last 10 years, it also did another 100 miles. That's insane.
That's exponentially aggressive. Like that's nuts.
People don't understand. I don't think anyone can grasp how fast our planet is heating up. It's insane. It is literally insane. So much water is going to be put into the oceans, and we don't see it right now, but we're starting to see it. There's more floods and more crazy weather, more hurricanes than we've ever had, all right? It's happening. It's happening. And the reason why people go on the news and they say warmer globing is a farce and it's not real, or, look, these tornadoes aren't caused by that, the reason why they say that is because big oil is behind this. You know, you got fucking CNN. They have these experts that say, "Look, this isn't crazy. You know, we have storms all the time, or we always have flooding." They're saying, they're making these arguments, and then once they go off air, there's a fucking like BP oil fucking commercial. You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
But what is the benefit of BP? What is the benefit of big oil for this? Like, why do I don't see the connection?
You don't see the connection?
Make the connection.
Okay. The reason why there's so much CO2 in the atmosphere is because we're burning fossil fuels. All right? We have it in our cars. We have it in our houses. We have it everywhere. Big industry uses it to make stuff, right? Never, prior to the industrial age, was there ever fucking us putting CO2 in the air. Now that all these cars are around the world, all right, and all these factories are going and we're burning all this gas, we're putting all this CO2 in the air. And we're killing the things that make oxygen. And what's happening is it's getting so hot that trees are burning down, forests are burning down, and we're chopping down fucking the rainforest. We're getting rid of all the things that create oxygen, and we're adding CO2 into the atmosphere. And that is making the fucking thing escalate, because the more and more less white there is, you see the fucking snow up there?
Yeah.
See the green?
Yeah.
See the land and stuff? When that shows through, what happens is the light hits the dark colors and it fucking brings in heat. All right? When it hits the white colors, it reflects it, right? So what happens is, as this is melting, right, it's actually speeding up the process of heating the earth.
Okay.
And with us getting more CO2 in the air and it getting hotter, it's speeding up the process of getting it even more hotter by fucking forest fires. Because it's getting rid of the trees. And it's just this crazy fucking thing that is getting out of control. If there isn't the ice caps, if there isn't snow, then we can't reflect the heat, and the sun is soaking up so much fucking heat into the earth, with all these dark colors, you know, when Earth mass is showing, that it's speeding up the process. And with fucking forest fires, it's speeding up the process. And us chopping down trees, it's everything we're doing right now is destroying the Earth. It's scary as fuck, bro. It's scary as fuck. Like, we are living in the time where our future generations that are living on Saturn or something is going to be like those fucking people from the year 2000.
Fucked up a good thing.
Those people from the year 2000 and the 1900s, man, they could have saved the Earth, and they ruined it. It's real. This is not up for debate. It is real. It's happening. We're fucked. It's real. You're just sitting there like,
what do you want me to do?
Save the fucking Earth, Blade.
How is it on me?
It's your fault.
How is it on me? You're acting like I'm fucking the Earth up.
You're driving a fucking caddy, putting all the CO2 in the air.
You're driving a fucking Hummer.
So?
See what I'm saying? Everyone wants to point the fingers, but like, how would you like me to fucking fix it?
Look.
You want me to I like all these people that say if you unplug your fucking cell phone charger from your wall when you're not using it, you're somehow going to fucking save a bird or something. Like, what would you like me to do, Keem? What would you like all of us to do as our part in order to make sure that this doesn't happen?
I'm switching my house to solar power.
Dude, we can go get a fucking thing to get the windmill.
Look, I've said this before. I only want to have one kid.
Mm-hmm.
I only want to have one kid because there's too many humans on Earth right now. We can't even sustain what we have right now. People are starving, right?
Okay.
I only want to have one kid. I want to get solar power. I want to fucking get an electric car. I want to switch everything. Like, I cannot stand this anymore. When my grandchildren are like, this world is fucked, I want them to know that their grandfather, me, did something to try to stop it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we got to.
If there was a worthwhile, inexpensive way to make my car run off fucking farts and sunshine, I'd do it. Okay.
Just do it anyways.
How?
Sell the fucking car.
No.
Sell the car and get something that runs on electric or gets better gas mileage. Do something. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting rid of the Hummer. I'm getting an electric car. I got to do something. I can't. You don't understand, dude. Like, we're gonna fucking die.
No, I understand what
we're probably gonna survive, but it's gonna be so hard. Like, honest to God, they're gonna have to start fucking, like, people are gonna be on oxygen tanks, like, for half the day, or they're gonna fucking faint. And if all the species die because they can't grab oxygen, you know what I mean? Like, we're eventually gonna die. What are we gonna live off of? Like, plants? You know?
Well, I think part of it is that we are going to die of natural causes before this affects us. This is going to affect our kids.
Are you kidding me?
These are going to affect our kids.
This is happening so fast, it's going to affect us. Look, if that happened in 10 years, how much more is available to your life? Or how many more years do you have in your life?
But my question is,
100 miles of this glacier has disappeared in 10 years. And that process is speeding up and going faster and faster. So in the next 10 years, it's probably going to be like 200 miles or 300 miles.
Or exponentially, it's going to be 1,000 miles. That rate, see what you're looking at is that rate that basically in the next 10 years, it will not be 100 miles, it'll be 1,000 miles because it's 10 times as much.
Yes. Technically 1,000 miles in the next 10 years. That means if it still stays on that pace, then that is, what is the next one up? 10,000.
10,000 miles.
10,000 miles. That's it. The fucking shit is gone. At that point, 10,000 miles, the whole thing's gone. So in 20 years' time, there's no more glaciers. Think about that. Do you know how much the sea level is going to raise 10 feet?
Okay. Obviously, that's a bad thing.
20 years' time.
What do we need to do to fix that? What do we need to do to fix it?
This is what needs to happen, all right? Every single thing that burns on fossil fuels needs to stop.
Okay.
Right now. Bam.
So what are the main things that burn on fossil fuels?
Cars. Houses. Fires. Anything burning needs to stop instantly.
I don't think you can stop burning, though. Burning, earth, wind, and fire. Like, that's part of the whole thing. Burning happens. So how are we going to stop that? I totally see the problem. Let's develop solutions.
If the human race switched to solar power everything, which they could do, all right, It's a resource that is not going to end. It's in abundance. It's the fucking sun. It shines every day. Solar power's technology has advanced so much in the last 10 years. We could save the Earth right now and stop this.
Isn't that the... But wait a second, though. But, like, I agree with that. But with greed and with the way that the oil shit's set up, I doubt that fucking the oil companies are going to be down for that.
No, they're not going to. Okay, here's the thing. Have you ever fought a fight knowing that you were going to lose, but knowing that you had to fight it? This is one of those things. This is one of those things.
So I agree with you. I think if everyone knows about this and everyone's conscious about it and everyone goes that route, more and more cars are becoming like hybrids.
All right, this is what we do. Let's fucking start a solar company and fucking sell everything at cost. Be a non-profit solar company. Just get the shit out there.
Okay.
And sell it at cost. We won't make profit. We'll make enough to give ourselves like salaries, like normal people, like $100,000 a year, something like that.
Okay.
But no ridiculous shit where most businesses run, where you take like 50% of the money off the top.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Got to get the product out there as cheap as you possibly can, so people can afford to switch over. All right. You fucking set up your company like a fucking team. They go into your house. They fucking do everything. It's at cost, and bam, most people can afford it. All right. Start getting that shit done ASAP.
But here's the thing. All those electric companies, they are not going to be too happy about losing all that business, and I doubt they're going to let that happen.
Well, they're going to fight against it. Here's what the fucking greedy motherfuckers, what they need to do is they've got billions and billions of dollars that own these oil companies. If they were smart, what they would do is they would simply go and fucking like change right now. Because they could save the Earth and still own those companies. They got the money to launch those companies. You know what I mean? They should switch right now to like solar power or wind power or whatever. They should get involved in that. And you know what's scary? All the billionaires around the globe, you know what they've been doing lately?
What?
Buying water resources.
I don't understand.
For the last fucking 5 years, these billionaires that live in America and stuff, they're buying water resources. Like they're buying lakes and they're buying like natural springs and stuff like that. And the reason why they're doing it is because eventually the water's going to be so bad that we can't drink it. We have to buy it somewhere. And every human needs water.
Yeah. I mean, I don't drink the water. Like I don't drink like faucet water. I'll always buy the big water jugs. You know what I mean? Like
That's what I'm saying. It's moving to that, and that's why they're buying all that. Like literally, greed is going to kill this earth.
Yeah, greed's a horrible thing, because think about it. If you have $1 billion, if a billionaire has $1 billion, you know what they're doing? They're trying to figure out a way to make the next billion. You don't just make $1 billion and be like, oh, I'm good. Like, I'm always
scared.
Dude, if I somehow got, like, $2 million today, okay? Like, I won the lottery, $2 million. I would get a house. I would probably have a nice car. But besides that, I would just save the money. I wouldn't, like, you don't need anything after that. Like,
yeah.
The movie have you ever seen the movie Wall Street?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember the line in the movie Wall Street is just like, how many yachts do you need to water ski behind? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm not in that position. Most Americans, if you say, hey, if they give you $1 million right now, they think they'd be set for life. But there's these companies, these people with billions of dollars that are still doing fucking cutthroat shit.
They have to. They have to, and this is why. If you are a person that's good at making money, you have to continue to make money. You can't just... We think that billionaires and all these rich fucking people, right, are rich so they go out in their yachts and they go out in their fucking fancy cars and they go golfing all day and they don't have to work because they're rich. That's not really the case. These people with the big money are working harder than anyone. That's how they have the fucking money.
Yeah.
They're working like fucking 14-hour days, fucking doing deals and doing They're addicted to making money.
It's crazy, man.
So, I don't know. The world is changing, and it's changing super fast, and it's scary. It's fucking ridiculously scary. And we're all inside, we're all on the internet, and we're not looking outside. We don't know what's happening.
I mean, I know it sounds fucked up, but it's more comfortable to live like that. I'm just saying for someone who lives like that, because it's scary to think about shit like this. Honest to God, it's scary. it's scary as fuck to like look at actual stats and look at actual shit like this is happening and realizing that, you know,
it's not up for debate. Anyone that tells you global warming is like false and it's not real, punch him in the fucking face. Because that kind of fucking idiocy, there you go, I just made up another word. That fucking idiotic fucking mentality is what is stopping us from all changing and fucking saving this earth. It's scary. It's so fucking scary to look at this hard data. I don't even know how to fucking handle it. Like, I need to do something. You got to go on Netflix. This is the story, dude. 7 months ago, I probably already said this, I'm going to say it again. 7 months ago, I knew this documentary was coming out. It was called Chasing Ice. I tried to get it. It was in movie theaters, but scarce around. It wasn't in every movie theater. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't find it. I had people on Twitter trying to get this thing so I could watch it, right? Didn't happen. It just got released on Netflix. It's on Netflix now. Everybody that has Netflix can watch it. There's YouTube videos. If you type in Searching Ice, you can see the video that I showed Blade that's on YouTube. This is scary shit, people. You have to see it with your own eyes, and then you have to do something.
Link this video in the description.
I'll put it in the description. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this. Save the Earth. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the Bad Kid Cast. We had a great combo.
I agree. This shit kind of scared the fuck out of me, though.
Yeah, we got to do something about it. Guys, remember, we're available on iTunes, Android, here on YouTube. Check out our sponsors, and Kazam.
I'll allow it.